All right, guys, welcome to NTX Sports Hub. Today we're going to be talking about our season predictions for the NFL, and we're going to do our playoff pictures, MVP candidate, a sleeper team for this year, and then a team that we think is going to have a disappointing season. And Kyle, you're up first.
All right, so up first, I'm going to start with the NFC. I think New Orleans, they're going to finish 12-4. They'll have an 8-4 conference record. Second place will be Chicago, 12-4. They play each other, so the Saints will beat them. So they'll have the tiebreaker. Number 3, I got the LA Rams at 11-5, 8-4 in the conference as well. And then number 4, I got the Philadelphia Eagles, number 4, 11-5. Dallas Cowboys, number 5 at 10-6. And then I got the Panthers slipping in there at number 6 at 9-7. Team that just missed the playoffs, the Falcons, 9-7. And then with the AFC, I got New England, 13-3. Number 2, Kansas City, I got them at 12-4. The third seed, I have Cleveland Browns at 11-5. That's my sleeper team this year. Number 4, I got the Indianapolis Colts at 10-6. Number 5, the LA Chargers at 10-6 as well. And then number 6, Baltimore at 9-7. My MVP candidate this year, it's kind of tough. I think it's going to be Drew Brees this year, low-key. And then the disappointment team, got to go with Seattle.
Go back. Who's your first seed?
New Orleans.
I disagree with that. I disagree because I don't think that they're going to be able to bounce back from the loss to the Rams. I don't see it happening. They got that on their mind. They know that the refs got it wrong. I don't see them.
They got a chip on their shoulder now.
I just don't see them bouncing back from that. I agree. I agree with one thing. The Browns are a sleeper team right now. I'm not trying to be biased here. I think Browns are a sleeper team, but also the Carolina Panthers are a sleeper team. I'm not trying to be biased, but they started off last year 6-2. Cam Newton was doing perfectly. Statistically wise, he was doing better than his MVP season, and that was a godly season. Until he got hurt, he got hit by TJ Watt. He was playing the rest of the season injured. That's when the Panthers lost 7 straight. I think that if Cam Newton stays healthy, then the Panthers are gonna be a problem.
I agree with you on that. That's why I put them in the playoffs, 9-7. I just don't see them winning more than 9 games because they got a tough schedule this year. Like, they got to play teams. They got to play the Saints twice. They play the Falcons twice. They also got to play the Rams first week. That's gonna be a tough game right there. They got to play the Colts. I mean, it's gonna be a tough season for y'all.
I don't think the Rams are gonna do that good this year. I don't see it happening. I think they'll be all right. I don't see them making the playoffs. If they do make the playoffs, I see a wild card in the future.
All right, well, back to what you said. You said the Browns. You said they're your sleeper team, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, the Browns have a lot of expectations.
Statistically, off of last year, they went 7-8-1, right? So technically, they would be a sleeper team because they were in 500.
That was one of the best seasons in a long time.
Well, yeah.
That's the thing. And now that they got OBJ and like their defense is looking kind of nice, I mean, I think the Browns should be expected to win the AFC North. I feel like they should be up there with like the top teams. I mean, with the team they built around like Baker Mayfield.
Jarvis.
I think Baker Mayfield's gonna have I think he's gonna have a run at the MVP. I don't think he's gonna win it, but he's gonna be definitely a candidate.
Baker Mayfield is too big-headed. The Steelers are winning that division no matter what. I hate the Steelers, but I hate to say it, they're gonna win that division. I believe that the Steelers' offense is gonna be way too much for everyone in that division.
Yeah, I'd have.
Here's what I say.
I'd have to.
I say with the Steelers losing Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell in the same year, that's gonna hurt them, and they're gonna have to have a building year.
Can't forget.
Next year is gonna be the year they're gonna be in the division.
Well, their defense is already good, and I believe that they can do good with Big Ben. They have James Conner and Juju. I think that big three right there, they can do something.
But you can't compare that big three.
I can't. But I still think that they're gonna do something special.
Or what about Baltimore though?
Okay, I think
Everyone's forgetting about Baltimore.
Baltimore has the good defense. I mean, they lost CJ Mosley, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they went to the Jets. Yeah. I mean, I still think they got that foundation at defense. I mean, that offense looks kind of nice.
I think Lamar Jackson, he's been improving all season.
He's going to improve. He's not going to be like how everyone memes him as being like a running back at quarterback.
I mean, that's what he is, though. I got 2 things. Panthers, Eagles, NFC Championship. I see it happening. Cam Newton stays healthy. Freaking Panthers are going to be dangerous. Their defense is amazing right now. We picked up Trey Boston in the offseason. I think our secondary, they're young, but I mean, we're improving right now. We have the best linebacker in the NFL, I believe, Luke Kuechly. Cam Newton is going to be a problem. Christian McCaffrey already showed what he can do. DJ Moore, rookie season, he didn't really start, so he couldn't really, get in like that. But this year, him and Curtis Samuel going to do something special. I think Carson Wentz he's going to do something this year. He has something to prove. Everybody thinks, oh, he's not that good. Nick Foles is better. I think he's going to prove himself this year. I have them going to the NFC Championship. I also have in the AFC Championship, I think it's going to be a rematch from last year. Patrick Mahomes versus Tom Brady. I think Tom Brady's getting too old. I think the season going on, I think they're not going to take it easy on him anymore. They want him to leave, tired of him going to the Super Bowl. They're going to start giving him hits. He's not going to be able to take down the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes is going to have a record-breaking season again, and I believe he's going to be a 2-time MVP.
I agree with you on the AFC part, Patriots and Chiefs, because they want that rematch. The 2 games they played last year in the regular season and postseason, phenomenal games, no doubt. I disagree with you on the NFC. I think the Saints, they're going to bounce back this year. I feel like they're going to bounce back after that PI call that wasn't called. I feel like they're going to bounce back from that, and then I got Chicago going in there because Mitch is proven. The whole defense is basically there except Amos and Callahan. And our offense is getting better every week.
Don't forget I lost Vic Fangio too.
We did lose Vic Fangio, but that defense is still there. You still got Khalil Mack, Roquan, Eddie Jackson. You still got all the main pieces.
Y'all did lose Bryce Callahan too. So
Bryce Callahan could be a big loss, but he's a nickel. So nickel's not as important as a main corner.
You can't sleep on Kyle Fuller.
Kyle Fuller, yeah.
I still don't see the Saints going. I was watching First Take. And they said Mark Ingram said that everybody in the Saints locker room is never gonna forget that loss that they took, knowing that the referees knew that they got it wrong. I just think that that's all they're gonna be thinking about. I know that they're gonna be like, oh man, we gotta get back to where we were. I don't think it's gonna happen. I think Drew Brees is getting old. He's close to Tom Brady. I think he wants to make one more run. I just think that the NFC it's too much for him now. I don't think that they can handle it.
Well, speaking of the pass interference, no call. What are y'all thoughts on now that the coaches are able to challenge pass interference?
Let's be honest. You think it would be the same right now if that pass interference call was called?
No, I don't think so because that was just one of the worst. Honestly, one of the worst calls, no calls ever made, and it was so bad that they had to make a rule change.
Yeah.
So. I feel like it was necessary because of that, but if they did call that pass interference, I don't think they would have made that rule change. It might have came maybe later, but not right now. It wouldn't have been in the rules.
All right, RJ, you want to do your predictions?
Okay, so on the NFC side of things, I have in the NFC East the Eagles winning at 12-4, but the Cowboys finishing 12-4 as well. But the Eagles have the advantage over them because I have them beating the Cowboys 2 times and sweeping them. In the NFC North, I have the Bears winning at 11-5. In the NFC West, I have the Rams winning. I just don't see any team in the NFC West that could keep up with the Rams, even though they are really digressing, offensively and defensively. And then in the NFC South, I have the New Orleans Saints winning and finishing 11-5 as well. And then my other wildcard team and a sleeper team to me is the Green Bay Packers, finishing 11-5. I just feel like Aaron Rodgers really doesn't have a bad year, to be honest, and I think this year is just a bounce back year for him, having Devontae Adams come back, and he's a sleeper receiver for me too. I feel like he's a top 3 receiver in the league whenever he's playing at his full potential. And then in the AFC, I have the Chiefs finishing 13-3 as the 1 seed, the Colts as a 2 seed at 12-4, the Browns at 12-4 as a 3 seed. I have the Patriots down to 11-5, finishing as the 4th seed, which we haven't seen in a long time. We're used to them having a first-round bye. But I feel like with Tom Brady aging, that this is the year that the team just really doesn't have their mojo. And then as the 2 wild cards, I have the Chargers and the Ravens at 11-5.
So who do you think, what team do you think is going to be disappointing this season?
Disappointing? Probably the Minnesota Vikings, to be honest, because they've all like the past couple years they've always had high expectations going into the playoffs, like disappointing playoffs. By my Eagles defeating them in the NFC Championship. You know.
I mean, I feel like they got the talent. It's just they just can't capitalize.
They don't.
They can't put it all together.
And
They don't have a
Kirk Cousins,
quarterback.
honestly, is overrated. Like they just paid him way too much. I feel like they should have. I feel like that if they would have kept Keenum, because I feel like Keenum fit that offensive system better than Kirk Cousins.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know he ended up going to Denver, and I mean, he didn't fit in our offensive system, and that's why we didn't have a really good season. But I feel like, yeah, the Vikings. I mean, they have the talent. They just can't.
can't.
They can't play together, and yeah, they need a better quarterback for sure.
Also, another sleeper team in the AFC. They didn't make the playoffs, but I feel like the Jets are a team to watch out for in the AFC too.
I agree.
Because I really do think their offense, adding Le'Veon Bell and having a receiver like Robbie Anderson on the outside, I think that offense is really scary to look at. And then adding CJ Mosley
That was
as a
good.
linebacker
That was really good.
will really improve their defense. So I had them finishing 10-6.
I think another sleeper team everybody kind of has to look out for is the 49ers. Because Jimmy Garoppolo, like, he's coming back off that ACL injury. Like, they're healthy. They got George Kittle. That defense has been improving every single year.
Yeah.
Like, I think they're a team to watch out for, too.
All right, so I guess for my predictions for the NFC, I got New Orleans going 14-2, winning the NFC South.
Wait.
14-2.
14-2.
Wait, repeat that again?
14-2.
14-2.
14-2.
That's high.
They got.
That's very
They
high.
got the top. I'm
That
telling
is.
you. I mean,
That's very high.
you know what? Like, you think they're not going to recover? I think that's
they'll
going to make
recover.
them better. I think that no call is going to make them better, and I feel like they got the potential to have like an outstanding year. 14-2 is what I got. New Orleans.
Okay.
I got the second seed, LA Rams at 13-3. Third seed, I got Chicago Bears 13-3. Fourth seed, I think Philadelphia is going to edge out Dallas for the NFC East, and they're going to go 12-4. Fifth seed, I got the Carolina Panthers at 11-5. I feel like they are going to get better. The Panthers should have done what the Colts did with Andrew Luck and rested him for the season, but I mean, I guess according to Bryson, he's completely
have to.
healthy.
They don't
I
have- he
guess,
is healthy,
I
they don't
guess.
have to.
And if he is healthy, I think the Panthers, they can make a run and go 11-5.
Only reason why the Colts were good is because Andrew Luck has a good O-line.
And that's
Put
true.
Cam back there, they're gonna do the same exact thing that they did last year.
That is true.
Adding Quinn Nelson to that Colts O-line,
Yeah, that
helps.
was a very, very smart move. I mean, what they did with that O line is honestly one of the. I mean, they made Marlon Mack look like a.
I know, Marlon-
top 10.
He's a top 10 running back
Yeah,
right
I
now
mean,
because of that line.
with that O line, yeah, for sure. And then my sleeper team is going to be like what Kyle said, the 49ers. I feel like with Jimmy Garoppolo coming back, I feel like he's going to have a really good season, and I think he's going to push the 49ers to a playoff run. And that defense is looking good too. So that's going to be for my NFC. AFC, I got the Kansas City Chiefs at the first seed at 13-3. I got New England. I feel like, I mean, yeah, Brady is getting old, but he's still Brady, and I think they're going to go 13-3 and get the second seed. For the third seed, I got the Indianapolis Colts. I feel like they're going to have a really good season. Andrew Luck, I feel like he's going to have an MVP type season, and I don't think he's going to win, but he's definitely going to be in the race. And then for the fourth seed, I think the Ravens are going to have a really good season. Lamar Jackson, he's looking pretty nice this year. And that defense, I mean, they still got those pieces that led them to their run last year. And so for the fifth seed, I got the Cleveland Browns going 12-4. I feel like with the pieces they added this year, they're looking like a scary team, and you know, Baker Mayfield's always dangerous. So, and then for my sixth seed is going to be the Houston Texans. I feel like Deshaun Watson is going to have a really good season. Their defense is, I mean, they've always had a really good defense. And so for my disappointing team, I'm going to have the LA Chargers. They just got a lot of question marks, especially with Melvin Gordon. You know, we don't know what his status is going to be this season. I mean, it's just, I feel like they're going to have a good start, I feel like. But towards the end of the season, they're going to lose a couple of games that they probably should have won. And I don't think they're going to make the playoffs this year.
Yeah. I think
disagree with you, Andrew Luck.
with the Colts, I think Darius Leonard is a top 5 linebacker in the league. Like his rookie year, he was like 3rd in tackles, I think.
Yeah, and he won. Didn't he win defensive?
He won defensive rookie of the year too. Like nobody expected him to do anything, and he teared everybody up. And then Marlon Mack is improving. Andrew Luck is a proven quarterback. Their line is proven.
And don't forget Eric Ebron. He's definitely a top 5.
T.Y. Hilton. T.Y. Hilton, he's a good receiver.
Yeah, Eric Ebron's definitely top 5 tight end in the league. I mean, I feel like he's a really good. He's proven himself last year.
I think we should take our time here. Listen to this. Listen. MVP is gonna be Patrick Mahomes again or Drew Brees. Let me tell you why.
I'm
gonna take my time with this. Let me tell you why.
All right.
Now, for MVP, since Patrick Mahomes did all that he did last year, 50 touchdowns, 5,000 yards, that's expected for an MVP now. Only people that can do that in the league right now, only quarterbacks that can do that. Drew Brees, Patrick Mahomes.
Well,
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Okay, I feel like those are the two top quarterbacks in the league, and honestly, I think Drew Brees has a really good shot at winning MVP, and for this reason, So Peyton Manning had 539 career touchdowns. Drew Brees has 520. He's right there. He's really close to getting that record.
He's gonna break it this year.
He is. I feel like he is definitely gonna break it, and that's what's gonna propel him to his MVP season. That's what I think is gonna help him, and that's why I think the Saints are gonna go 14-2. They're gonna have an outstanding season. I'm telling you, the Saints are gonna have a really, really good season.
By week 6, Drew Brees will be breaking that record.
I think so. Like
week 6 is against the Jaguars.
And I mean,
he might do it that week.
And don't forget Michael Thomas. He's like one of the
Michael
best
Thomas
receivers.
is.
I feel like he's definitely in the conversation for like top receiver in the league. All right, so I think Michael Thomas, he has a shot at winning MVP. I mean, if he has a good season, if he has a really good season,
I think
a receiver.
No. That's never gonna happen.
Yeah.
That's never gonna happen.
I think a receiver.
Michael Thomas winning MVP.
Imagine, like,
receiver is never gonna win.
You see the contract he got? The contract he got. No.
Michael Thomas.
If you look at the contract he got, he's playing like inspired. Like with that contract, he's gonna go off this year. I really think so.
MVP goes to a quarterback or running back.
I don't think he's gonna win MVP, but I feel like
You just said that.
he's gonna be in a race. He's gonna be in the race.
No.
He has a shot.
Thank you for watching NCX Sports Hub. We're gonna have weekly content 2 times a week.
If you like this video, make sure you like, comment down your predictions below, and make sure you subscribe to our channel for more content.
And make sure you also follow all of our social media pages. The link is gonna be down in the description.
And until next time.